On this episode of System Integrators Weekly, iBUYPOWER's Element CL gets maxed out. CyberPower's killing it on inventory. NZXT just killed their inventory. You subscribe to this channel. And Skytech, more like WHYYY. All that and more on this episode of System Integrators Weekly. Let's go, nerds! Hello everyone, my name is Brayathorn. Welcome to System Integrators Weekly, where we like to wear appropriate t-shirts. My Real Big Fish t-shirt is appropriate, and you'll realize why when I say this episode of System Integrators Weekly is sponsored by CDKdeals. CDKdeals is an online marketplace that specializes in genuine Microsoft licenses and game keys for several different platforms. August 6th to September 3rd is their back-to-school sale, so prices are lower than ever. You can even get an additional 30% off using discount code BRAY30. Now, to show you how easy it is to use, let's go to CDKdeals.com. Click on the Back to School banner, then let's get a key for Windows 10 Pro. A retail code is well over $100 normally, but CDKdeals has OEM licenses for as low as $21.46. Click the product, create an account, and enter BRAY30 under promotion code to bring the price down to $15.02. Pay with your method of choice, and once the payment goes through, click View Keys/Codes, click Get the Key, and copy it. Then just go to your Windows search and type in ACT, and there it is. Click Activation Settings. My Windows install was already activated, so I'll be replacing that key, but yours will just say Activate Windows. Paste in the key, then activate, and you're done. After September 3rd, the code changes to BRAY25 for a reduced but still great discount of 25%. A big thank you to CDKdeals for supporting the channel. Now, we're going to be looking at some system integrators here. We're going to have a couple of the classics plus one new one. We're going to be covering Skytech Gaming. Now, Skytech, you'll usually see Skytech on Newegg, very commonly, and on Amazon. And don't buy them from there. Don't buy them from a retailer. Don't do it. The reason we're actually going to be covering Skytech is because Gamers Nexus just gave an actual favorable review of one of their systems. And it's a little bit frustrating. Because when they cover a lot of the other systems, first off, the iBUYPOWER system that they bought was like $650 or something around that range, and purchased from a retailer, when they should have purchased it directly from the system integrator. The Skytech system that they bought, they purchased directly from Skytech, and it's $1,950. And they're like, wow, it sure did better than the iBUYPOWER system. I love you, Steve. Why do you do this to me, man? Why do you do that? Why didn't you have just a baseline price for every system, purchase them all from the system integrator, and have equal coverage? You do that with everything. You have... Okay, well, in any case, it was a great looking system. So we're going to take a look at Skytech Gaming, and we're going to see how their website stacks up to a couple of the classics that we've covered many times before. And before we get into that, the important disclaimers that I know you all love so much. First off, this video was recorded on 8/15 or August 15th, 2021. Now that means that whatever I show here is, as far as availability and pricing, is accurate to this date. I stay up very late to where it's past midnight here, and that way I get the most accurate coverage for this Sunday. But that means when you watch this later, the stuff that you're seeing here may not be there, but hopefully you'll still get an idea of what you want, get some ideas of what will be available or may be available on the system integrator website of your choice. See which one you might like. And secondly, this is mostly based on what we see and what I know knowledge-wise, computer-wise. I've been into custom gaming PCs and custom PCs in general for a very, very long time, and I've been in the field of IT for a long time as well. Now, my opinions are formed from fact. My facts are not formed by my opinions, so I get that priority correct, I feel. But if you have any disagreement, that's fine. Go ahead and disagree in the comments below. Keep it polite if you don't mind, or disagree with me on the Discord, or you could come to the stream. I stream on Twitch every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Central, playing some video games, and on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central, and that's when I help all of my viewers out one-on-one, one after another, with their custom PC builds or custom pre-builts, even just custom PC part picker set up so that they can order their parts and build it themselves. That's what we do on Thursdays. So be sure to check it out. Especially if you're going to come in and say, hey, I've got this much money. I'm going to game at 1440p and I play these games and I do content creation, whatever. Come in with that info there and you're going to come out with a custom PC. I mean, you have to pay for it. I'm not buying it for you. I'm just making sure that you're getting the right stuff for your needs and for your budget. So let's get right into it here. iBUYPOWER sounds like a good choice. I feel like I should start every video with iBUYPOWER. So checking out the same day ready systems, still killing it. Now these do change because they'll run out while but they'll have other ones available. So this just gives you an idea of the kind of deals you can get right now. Now, if you want a guide on how to build a system on iBUYPOWER, I have an entire video I made a while back dedicated to being an iBUYPOWER buyer's guide. Link is right up there. The card is going to be right up there. Go check that out if you want a walkthrough on how to use iBUYPOWER's custom builder. But for now, we're looking at the same day ready systems. They start at $729. Well, you know what? Scratch that. They do not start at $729. They start at $849. And this system comes with a 10105F CPU from Intel and a B560M motherboard and a GTX 1650 4GB GPU. 8 gigs of RAM, so that's one stick of RAM, single channel, and a 500 gig M.2 NVMe SSD. So obviously this system is meant to be upgraded. I would recommend stepping up at least to this one here. This is an Intel Core i5 11400F CPU and a GeForce GTX 1660 Super. And dual channel, 16 gigs of RAM, 3200 megahertz. So this is going to be a much better starting point. Same amount of storage though, 500 gig M.2 NVMe drive. Now that's your boot drive. That's where your operating system goes. And that's fine for a boot drive. I usually prefer 1 terabyte for that, but as long as you add on some extra storage later on for like a large game library, your Steam library can go there, whatever, you can do that. But yeah, aside from that, it's not much storage to go on, really. A couple of games on there and it's full. And your operating system does not like to live on a full storage drive. It doesn't like to do that. It won't work very well after that. Now there are incremental steps up that you can make, like a $50 step up that gets you on a Ryzen 5 3600. So you're gonna run on a Ryzen platform instead of being on an Intel platform. With a GeForce GTX 1660 Ti. They're pretty equal. They both have the same Turing NVENC encoder, or I should say NV encoder, that NVIDIA makes. It's the same one that you would get if you bought a 3090 right now. That encoder is much more efficient at rendering things like OBS streams for Twitch. So if you're going to stream, you want NVIDIA because of that reason. Also for encoding video through Premiere Pro or anything like that. It's a really, really worthy $50 upcharge here because you're not only getting into the Ryzen platform, so you can get a Ryzen 5000 series processor later. Not that the 3600 can't game, it can. But a 5600X would be a noticeable upgrade. But it's also going to come with an all-in-one liquid cooler rather than the air cooler that you get on this system right here, which is, it looks not very good. If you're thinking you might want to get a different case that has higher airflow, especially considering potential future upgrades, I may have a video you want to check out. Let's put another card up here because I just posted a video yesterday. Hopefully you guys liked the surprise Saturday video showcasing the Vetru A03 case that I'm going to be using for the case migration video. Yes, the gears are finally turning on that. So probably one of the hottest systems here, and yes, I do mean hot because still no airflow there really, or a little bit, is going to be this system for $1549. Check this out. The new GPU that just came out is the Radeon RX 6600 XT. If you're looking to game at 1080p, you know, look no further. 6600 XT is directly aimed at 1080p gaming. This combines a Ryzen 5 5600X and a Radeon RX 6600 XT. 16 gigs of RAM, 500 gig M.2 drive still, but they add a 1 terabyte mechanical hard drive and liquid cooling. So $1550 to get the latest and great, well, just the latest AMD GPU with the 5600X, which is a fantastic CPU. That's a great deal right there. I do want to point out that the computer that I was really excited about last time, the Gaming Ready Element CL Pro Plus, is still in stock. It's right there. They still have it. Intel Core i9 11900KF ASRock Z590C/AC motherboard, GeForce RTX 3070 that is water blocked and liquid cooled because it's all hardline liquid cooled in this one. If you want more coverage on this system, check last Sunday's video. However, they also have the Gaming Ready Element CL Pro Max, which takes that same system, gives you a better motherboard, and gives you a GeForce RTX 3080 that is water blocked and liquid cooled. I mean, let's just take a quick look here at what they've got in stock for GPUs. Whenever you see red text, all that's going on here, this is kind of funny because this says, instead of getting the standard reference RX 6600 XT, you're going to get the XFX Speedster version of that. There is no reference 6600 XT. AMD didn't manufacture any cards directly like they did with every other 6000 series card. So how is that a free upgrade? You tell me. Anyhow, they seem to have every 6000 series Radeon GPU in stock right now. They have all but 4 of their NVIDIA GPUs in stock right now. So 1660 Super, 1650, yes. 2060, yep, they've got it. 3060 Ti, great GPU for 1080p and for 1440p, some 1440p gaming. So the and then the 3080 Ti and 3090 are also in stock. Now, the ones that have extra lead times, meaning there's going to be a delay before they even start building your system. 1 week lead time on the 3060 non-Ti version. Extra 2 weeks on the RTX 3070, which is, again, in my opinion, best mid-range card that they have. Extra 1 week lead time on the 3070 Ti. Not really worth the extra $150. It's only like 3 or 4% performance increase, but if that's what you can get, that's what you get. Totally fine. And a whole 4 weeks to get an RTX 3080. So 3080s are not really the best time to buy 3080s from iBUYPOWER, unless it's in the Element CL Pro, what is it, Max? That one. That's the one. That's the one you would want to get if you're getting a 3080 from these guys, because that system, oof, I want it. Anyway, let's move on from iBUYPOWER over to CyberPowerPC. So looking here, we're going to check their instant ship systems because lo and behold, they actually have some. Wow. So CyberPowerPC, the whole story behind this is that they're just not, they don't prioritize having pre-built, ready to ship systems as much as iBUYPOWER does. No, the system that might be a decent deal here is actually this one. Yeah, the one that's $3,449. Why is that one a pretty decent deal? Well, 5900X and 3080 Ti. We could try building that on another site and see how it comes out. Won't be great. I mean, it's gonna be around that price or more. And with that in mind, especially with that 3080 Ti, I mean, that thing's like, apparently they're very proud of those and they cost a whole lot of money. 32 gigs of DDR4, 3200 megahertz RAM, 5900X processor is, they say it's the best gaming processor in the market. X570 motherboard and a 1 terabyte M.2 drive and a 2 terabyte mechanical hard drive. This kind of has it all. It even has a mesh front panel, so it can actually breathe a little bit. Not bad. And that's a great thing about system integrators, and it's one of the reasons what I do here works. System integrators, just like retailers, they get their allotted amount of GPUs when they're shipped out by the manufacturers, by the add-in board partners, basically, who make these, and any that are made by the actual chip manufacturer like NVIDIA or AMD, they get their allotment too, and then they make them available, but they don't sell them individually, just GPU by itself. So scalpers don't scalp here. They don't buy them all up with bots and then sell them at a markup. They're not going to buy a whole computer just to get a GPU. There goes their markup. There goes their profit. So yeah, that's why this works. That's why we're still doing it. Episode 19, let's go. So they have the 6600 XT. They have all the Radeon ones. All the AMD Radeon 6000 series GPUs, very nice. Oh, back to school massive sale, $50 off. That is not massive, but okay. God, why are they stocking these? Why do they get the 1030s? 50, 2060, 3060, 3060 Ti. Oh, here's a lead time on the 3070 and on the 3080. So the 3070 and the 3080 are the only cards that are on any kind of lead time, and it's only 2 weeks. Now that we've looked at system integrators that actually have stuff in stock, we can talk about NZXT. Yeah, NZXT, I don't know if they're going through a phase right now. There's been times where they've been genuinely good for inventory. They used to be very far into my good graces because they would actually tell you which GPU you could get, and almost nobody else does that. And they still do that when they have them. But looking here, you see what I'm looking at here, right? You see this. 2 motherboards available for AMD. A Gigabyte B550 UD-Y1 CEC and an ASRock X570 Phantom Gaming 4. Not the best X570 motherboard, for sure. So that's slim pickings. Now let's look at CPUs. Because guess what? You take this sort of lower end X570, which will do the job, but doesn't have the best power delivery. And you can only choose to put either a Ryzen 5 3400G APU or a CPU with integrated graphics, or a Ryzen 9 5950X. They're just one end of the spectrum, each end of the spectrum, nothing in between. 0 to 100. They put this here for no reason. Hey, you want a 5600X? Look, it's right there. No, wait, nope. Sold out, can't buy it. And then you look at their GPUs, and it's the same thing. 1660 Super is a great GPU for budget builds. And then there's a 3060, which is like the entry-level 30 series, and then 3080 Ti, 3090. Where are the mid-range? What are y'all doing, man? Everybody else, there's GPUs to buy now. You can get supplies. Look at these guys, and look here. What's? I was really thinking this time. I was gonna be like, all right, guys, now I could recommend NZXT build. So I was gonna extend the olive branch and say, look, I don't want to argue. I don't want to be upset. I don't like you, but I don't hate you. So yeah, this sucks. Let's move on. Skytech Gaming. So Skytech Gaming, I never really looked into them because I sort of looked at them as something you would get, as I mentioned before, on Newegg or Amazon. And don't buy gaming computers from third-party retailers. If you're going to come in and ask, hey, what do you think about this system from this retailer? I'll politely say that I don't generally recommend buying a gaming computer from most OEMs. Lenovo Legion is an exception. Or third-party retailers. Newegg, Amazon. Don't give Newegg money anyway. They're crap. Those guys suck now. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become Newegg. Sucks, bro. Anyway, Skytech Gaming. So they have their own system integrator website, and you can buy directly from them, and that is what you should do. Like, look at these. These are pretty good. Look at this. Ryzen 5 3600, GeForce GTX 1650, $850 right there. And it's kind of the same as the iBUYPOWER one, around the same price, where it's a single stick of 8 gigs of RAM, it's not a good power supply. Do not get 80 plus white for your power supply. Get 80 plus gold. Bronze is a bit of a step up, but like 80 plus gold is what you want. But this is not something that I don't think you can customize this anyway. And it doesn't look like it has airflow. So like, still room for improvement, right? Ryzen 7 2700, but it's a previous generation. How is this more expensive? Well, it's 2060, I guess. Their Ultra system is not bad. Look at this. I mean, pairing a 5800X with their 6900 XT, so they got like a mid-range CPU with top-of-the-line GPU. That's an unbalanced system, but still, they're actually putting 3600 megahertz RAM for Ryzen 5000 series. That's good. I like that. 1 terabyte M.2 drive, 1000 watt 80 plus gold power supply. It's in a Lian 011 dynamic with lots of fans. This is a good system right here. But for $3,800, is it $3,800 good? For a 5800X? Nah, I guess maybe. Let's customize one. Yeah. So they want to give you apparently some starting points. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let's start with the Mark V. We get to choose our case. Awesome. You want the mesh one. They're only offering air coolers, which, to be fair, the Be Quiet Dark Rock Slim is very good. You would want a larger... Wow, look at this. These are animated. Oh, very fancy. Wow. B550 Tai Chi. Okay, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Oh, the Steel Legend does look really cool. It's just a cool looking motherboard. It's got some great features too, but like the Tai Chi though. Ugh. Okay, 3600 megahertz. They offer 3600 megahertz RAM. It is expensive. I wonder if you can go down from this right here. There was no Ryzen 5000 series option in there. The choices are either an out-of-date AMD processor or an out-of-date Intel processor. Awesome. The Be Quiet Silent Base 802 is awesome, by the way, guys. It actually doesn't look like it, but it has a mesh front panel and all that stuff. I'm frustrated right now. At least you can get liquid cooling. There's no customization at all, bro. I mean, here we go. Here's something. 3070. That's over $1,000 for 3070. All right. Market being what it is. I don't think they want you to customize systems. I don't think they make this very well. This is not that great. Or unless I'm missing something, I want to believe it's better than this because they have some good stuff going on. Hey, look at this though. The RAM that it comes with, 16 gigs DDR4, 3600 megahertz. I'm down with that. That's cool. And then $75 to go up to 32 gigabytes. They have some decent prices on their RAM. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good for 3600 megahertz RAM. It's probably CL18, a little slower, but this is for 4 8 gig sticks. It means it's not 2 16 gig sticks that leave 2 of the slots open for expansion later. You are maxed out at 32 gigs unless you completely pull that kit and put in a new one. All right, let's go for the Mark 9. Let's see what this is like. See, now we've got some choices. They skipped the 5900X. Interestingly, even though they talk about it in other systems, but whatever. 5800X is one of my favorite processors anyway. 5800X, we can leave it with the Skytech mesh case, right? $5 more for this one. Go for that. It looks really cool and it looks like it has good airflow. It comes with a 360 millimeter AIO no matter what, which is fine because this really has spots for 360, 360, and 360 on the bottom as well. So putting a 240 in there could look odd. Okay, 9 fans by default, and an ROG Strix X570E gaming motherboard. I mean, that's a baller motherboard, man. So the price is starting to make some sense. And then 3200 megahertz RAM. Why would you do that? Everything was looking good. All right, well, we can at least go for like some brand name 3600 megahertz RAM, 16 gigs. It's 3070 right now. They skipped the 3080 completely right now, or they just don't have any. The 3080 is what I think would be great in this system. You want spending $50 to double your OS drive, your boot drive is nice. That's fine. So they're saying standard build and ground shipping from Skytech Gaming is going to be 3 to 4 weeks. Well, they tell you basically that it's going to be $150 to build and ship the system. But you get free 2-day shipping from iBUYPOWER's same-day ready systems. I mean, the whole thing about same-day ready systems is that you can't customize them. I would argue that it's difficult enough to customize these. This one was the only one that had an amount of options that I would say you could call it customization. This one, the other ones were just like, hey, you got this one AMD or this one Intel CPU. You got any complaints? I got a baseball bat with your name on it. Take a number. That was whatever that was supposed to be that I just did. That's what they're doing with the other systems. You got to go full on, like, all right, let's start at $2,500 before you get options. Why? You don't have to spend a ton of money to get options. This system right here is good. It's pretty good, okay? It's an in-win case. It's a beautiful case. 5600X with great gaming processor with a 3070. Doesn't have the right RAM, but RAM is super easy to upgrade. 16 gigs of DDR4, 3200 megahertz. It'll run fine for a while, but if you want to get the most out of that 5600X, get some 3600 megahertz RAM. Again, it's got a 3070. This is good. This is good right here. Go for it. Apparently they have a 1-year parts, labor, and shipping warranty, which is good because that means if you need to ship it back, they cover that for the first year. And then lifetime technical support. Other system integrators have better warranties. Zydax with their lifetime warranty, a bit ambitious, but they offer it, so there it is. If you want to know one of the main reasons I'm against Newegg right now, there's a video that Gamers Nexus just came out with about exploding power supply units. And these are the ones that Newegg was forcing on customers if they wanted to buy a GPU through the Newegg Shuffle. And these power supply units were shorting out, sparking, and frying components. It fried one of Gamers Nexus's one of their 3080 cards that they used on the test bench. A 3080 has died because of a gigabyte power supply unit. Rest in peace, my friend. What do you guys think of Skytech Gaming? Let me know in the comments. And if you want me to look at any other particular system integrators, let me know. You may want to check though, before you go and request one, check back through the titles of previous videos because I list every system integrator that I cover in that video in the titles. So I may have already covered the one that you're interested in. Let's move on to our comment of the week. It is that time. Comment of the week comes from DRN Rules says, I was planning on getting the iBUYPOWER Prebuilt with the 3600, Ryzen 5 3600, and the RTX 2060 in it, and it just got discontinued today, lol. Well, you know what? What I tell you guys, that is a tragedy in a single sentence right there. But I do mention, as part of the disclaimers, this is all filmed, you know, with the availability and pricing as it is today, and that can change any moment. But this was a few days after the video had been released, and things do change. So if there's something that you see in this video, go check right away, see if it's there. I don't want anyone to make an impulse buy when it comes to something that's going to cost you potentially thousands of dollars, and you're going to use it for years, but it's not a bad idea to at least be somewhat decisive on it. I've given you a ton of information and I can give you more info as well. We've got some very friendly folks helping out in the Discord. So if you have a question, go into the Tech Questions channel after you've checked in on the Discord, agreed to the rules, go into the Tech Questions channel and put in @techie in order to get the attention of one of the very friendly folks who have helped out with tech questions. I am picking up on work and doing a lot more stuff at work and extra videos now. We're trying to do 2 videos a week. So I can't answer questions as much as I used to, but there are some really helpful people in there who do know their stuff. And if you got any questions, they can help you out. And of course, you can always come to the stream, twitch.tv/Breathorn, 8 p.m. Central on Thursdays for PC questions, for PC builds. If you know that you're ready to get something or you're getting ready to get something, go in there and we will customize a build just for you on the system integrator website of your choice. And it's a lot of fun. Even if you're just waiting your turn, people have a blast in there. I'm loving it every single time. If I go full time, I'm probably gonna do like 2 or 3 of those a week. It's so much fun. But DRN Rules, thank you for illustrating the struggle. I appreciate you, and you've got the comment of the week for this week. Anyway, if you guys are anticipating the case migration video, it is a lot of work. It's a lot of filming, a lot of editing, and that's coming up. But if you want to get more info on that and see what case we're going to use, please go check out the video that I posted yesterday showcasing the case that was provided by Vetru. It's really, really cool looking, and it's going to be interesting to build in. You guys should go check it out. That about wraps it up for today's video, and I will see you guys on the stream. We're streaming tonight. Come and hang out while we play some Terraria, or show up Thursday with your potential build, and we'll get you set up. And until next time, take care.